Welcome everyone, deeply curious listeners, to another exploration here on the Deep Dive. It's really fantastic to have you with us again today, whether you're aiming to grasp some key insights quickly, maybe connect a few new dots, or just, feed that intellectual curiosity. We're here to distill things for you. Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a deep dive into, well, one of the most enduring stories out there, the biblical account of Noah's Ark. We're focusing specifically on Genesis chapter 8. This isn't just like the flood stopping. It's a really detailed chronicle of how a new world kind of slowly reemerged our mission today. Follow this ancient text really closely, see what details pop out.
Yeah, and what's truly remarkable about Genesis 8 isn't just the story, but the sheer level of precise detail. It's not just a broad overview. It's almost like a field report, giving us a sequence, even specific timelines. It lets us really visualize the waters going down and life starting again. It's incredibly rich stuff.
Indeed. And it starts with such profound weight in Genesis 8, verse 1, and God remembered Noah and every living thing and all the cattle that were with him in the ark. That first bit, God remembered Noah, that's way more than just recalling him, isn't it?
Exactly. In the ancient Near Eastern thought, especially in Hebrew scripture, remembering often means an active, deliberate intervention. It's a turning point. It signals divine attention shifting to purposeful action, like a re-engagement, a renewed focus on the covenant relationship.
Right. A pivot from judgment towards restoration.
Precisely. And right after that divine remembrance, we see action. Verse 1 goes on, and God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters were assuaged. It's not passive waiting. There's this active agent, the wind actively drying the earth.
Ah, okay.
And verse 2 clarifies how the flood stopped. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. So both sources, the underground and the sky, they were shut off. The text is very clear about the reversal mechanism,
which really sets the stage for the waters to, begin their retreat. And Genesis 8, verse 3 gives us a critical time frame for this initial drop. And the waters returned from off the earth continually, and after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. So for a full 150 days, the waters were constantly receding. That's a long time, a relentless process.
It absolutely is. And it emphasizes the sheer scale of the flood itself. The abatement wasn't quick. It was prolonged, deliberate, almost 5 months. This slow, gradual reduction really underscores the magnitude of the event and the sort of patient way the narrative shows the earth recovering.
And with the waters slowly pulling back, the ark finally finds a place to rest. Verse 4 details this moment. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. The precision there, 17th day, 7th month, the mountains of Ararat, a range, right? Not just one peak. In modern-day Turkey, it really anchors it. Yeah.
It does. It avoids vagueness. And that precision keeps going. The waters didn't just stop receding then, verse 5 explains, and the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen.
Wow. So even after the ark landed in month 7, it took another, 2.5 months just to see the highest peaks?
Exactly. Connect that to the bigger picture. It highlights the immense depth of the floodwaters and the incredible patience required, not just from Noah and everyone in the ark, but sort of inherent in the whole process of recovery.
Yeah, imagine being Noah. Just sitting there, waiting months, just to spot the first bit of land. The psychological weight must have been huge. And then, as the peaks show, Noah, always the pragmatist, decides it's time to check things out. Verse 6 says, and it came to pass at the end of 40 days.
Yeah.
That's 40 days after seeing the mountaintops, right? That number, 40 days, often pops up in the Bible for testing or transformation. That Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. Time for a look. And he sends out his first scout. Verse 7. And he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro, until the waters were dried up from off the earth. A raven, a scavenger, a tough bird. Its behavior, just flying to and fro, maybe suggests it found places to land. Debris, maybe. Enough to get by, so it didn't need to come back.
Yeah, that paints a pretty stark picture, doesn't it? Widespread debris, maybe soggy ground, but enough exposed for a scavenger to survive. But then Noah tries something different, a more, let's say, sensitive indicator, verse 8. Also, he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground.
Okay, the dove next.
But the dove's experience, totally different, verse 9. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. And Noah actually reaches out and pulls her back in. So this raises a really interesting point. Why the big difference between the raven and the dove? What's it telling us about conditions then?
That's a great observation. It's almost like Noah is running a little ecological test, using two different indicators. The raven, tough, adaptable, found something out there, but the dove, needing clean, dry ground, it found literally no rest.
Right.
Tells us that while the water level was down, the earth was still soaked, mostly uninhabitable, not ready for most life. It's a very practical way to measure readiness. And hey, for all of you tuning in and finding these details as fascinating as we do, maybe take a second to hit that like button for the Peaceproject for All channel. It really helps us reach more people, and we genuinely appreciate you joining these discussions.
Absolutely.
So back to Noah. Here's where his patience really shows. He doesn't just shrug, he waits. Verse 10. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. He's giving the earth more time, watching the patterns, methodical.
And this second time, this brings the iconic moment, verse 11. And the dove came into him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off, so Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. The olive leaf. It's such a powerful symbol, isn't it?
Yeah.
Universally recognized.
It really is.
And beyond just new life, the olive tree itself is incredibly resilient. It thrives even in tough conditions. Its return doesn't just mean plants are back. It means a specific hardy kind of life is reestablishing itself. It speaks to peace, renewal, the promise of things flourishing again.
It's the ultimate sign of hope, you could say. And then, for the final test, Noah waits. Guess what? Another 7 days.
Right, sticking to the pattern.
Verse 12. And he stayed yet another 7 days and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more.
Wow.
This means stable, habitable land, ready for repopulation. The dove found a new home, and Noah knew it was finally safe.
It's the payoff for all that painstaking observation.
Sure.
He didn't just leap out. He used these very specific, almost empirical steps to check. It's a real testament to his practical wisdom.
And then comes the final confirmation, dry ground, again with incredibly precise dating, verse 13. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. Now that's important. The surface is dry, but they don't leave just yet.
That's a crucial distinction the text makes, yeah. Dry, yes, but maybe not fully dried out and firm. Verse 14 clarifies, and in the second month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dried. So there's also another 2 months after the surface looked dry for the ground to really solidify, become stable.
Wow.
This whole duration, from the flood starting to the earth being fully dried, it's over a full calendar year, really highlights the immense scale of it all.
And it's only then, only when the earth is thoroughly dried, that God gives the command. Verse 15, and God spoke unto Noah, saying, Go forth from the ark, thou and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee. Precise, clear instruction. Time to start over.
And not just the family. Verse 17 is key. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee of all flesh, that they may breed abundantly on the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. It's this powerful divine mandate for life to just flourish, repopulate, a partly new beginning.
And Noah obeys immediately, completely. Verse 18.
Wow.
And Noah went forth, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him. And then verse 19, you can almost picture it, this incredible procession. Every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth after their kinds went forth out of the ark. Imagine that sight. All those creatures finally on solid ground after more than a year cooped up. It's a powerful recreation moment.
It truly is. A new chapter. And Noah's very first action after leaving the ark is so significant. Verse 20, and Noah built an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. It's immediate worship, gratitude, reestablishing that divine connection right there on the restored earth.
And God's reaction to this offering, it's profound. Verse 21. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake. For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth, neither will I again smite any more everything living as I have done. What's fascinating, maybe even surprising there, is that acknowledgement about the human heart being evil from his youth, right in the middle of this huge promise of non-destruction.
It's striking.
It sort of suggests the promise isn't based on humans suddenly becoming perfect, but on God's unconditional commitment despite our tendencies.
That's a really insightful almost bracingly honest statement in the text. It means the covenant is about grace, about endurance, not conditional on perfect human behavior. And that commitment is beautifully laid out in the very next verse, cementing the cycles of nature.
Exactly,
Yeah.
the enduring covenant. Verse 22, while the earth remaineth, seedtime and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. So what does this all mean for us today? Well, it's this foundational promise about the stability of the natural world cycles, the rhythm of life itself. It assures us that despite catastrophes, despite human failings even, there's a predictable, unwavering order. The basic conditions for life will persist.
Okay, so to quickly summarize this deep dive, we've walked through Genesis 8, chapter full of rich detail. We started with God's active remembrance of Noah, triggering the wind that lowered the waters. We tracked the precise timeline, 150 days of abatement, the ark landing on Ararat in the 7th month, mountain peaks appearing by the 10th, then Noah's patient reconnaissance, the raven, then the dove, leading to that iconic olive leaf moment, signaling real, enduring life returning. This led to the earth fully drying by the 2nd month of Noah's 601st year. Then God's command, go forth, multiply. Noah and all the creatures obeyed. Noah built an altar, offered thanks, and God responded with that powerful covenant promise to maintain the earth's cycles, seasons, day and night. The text's incredible precision really paints this vivid picture of a meticulous new beginning for all life.
Yeah, this whole narrative of abatement, it's not just the flood ended, it's about this careful, patient unfolding of a new beginning, marked by observation, by promises, by the resilience of life. It kind of makes you think, doesn't it? How often in life things don't just stop abruptly, but they slowly, surely transition into something new. Guided by little signs, by underlying patterns, it's a powerful reminder about patience, renewal, and those enduring cycles. Thank you all so much for joining us on this deep dive today. We really hope you found this exploration insightful. And hey, if you have a favorite verse or a moment from any of our previous deep dives that stuck with you, we'd genuinely love for you to share it down in the comments. Let us know what resonated. And finally, if you enjoy digging into Genesis 8 with us, please do consider hitting that like button. Maybe share this episode with someone else who loves these kinds of explorations. And definitely subscribe to the Peace Project for All channel. We love having you here, and we're already looking forward to our next deep dive together.